Welcome back to Queen Anne, Cunard's 249th ship. Queen Anne represents the first time that Cunard has had 4 ships in its fleet since 1999 and is the second largest ship ever built for the Cunard line. Come with me aboard Queen Anne for an exclusive tour of this ship under construction at Fincantieri. This is part 3 of a 3-part tour. If you haven't checked out part 1 or part 2, you might want to do that before watching part 3. I've linked them in the description below. Although Cunard did engage me in my professional capacity, they have not paid me to make this video, and any opinions that I share here are my own. We start our tour today on Deck 2 at the Golden Lion Pub. The Golden Lion Pub again was first introduced on board QE2 back in 1994 and has been interpreted on each of the Cunard Queens ever since. Queen Anne's Golden Lion Pub will have some traditional features, including the large bar and also an area for live music. It'll also have some fantastic seating areas alongside the windows so that guests can enjoy sit-down meals, and the Golden Lion on Queen Anne will have its own signature menu. If we leave the pub and make our way to the starboard side of the ship, we'll enter into the Bright Light Society. Now, if you haven't heard of the Bright Light Society before, that's okay, because it's a brand new space on board Queen Anne. The Bright Light Society will have a beautiful ceiling that's decorated in hundreds of bright lights. And the name comes from Cunard's history. It pays homage to the Cunarder Servia, which was the first Cunard ship to carry electric lighting on board. This will be a fun and engaging venue where unique shows will be presented and will require a booking. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what this space is like once it's finished. Heading forward again, and we'll make our way to the port side of the ship and walk down towards the Royal Court Theatre. The Royal Court Theatre on Queen Anne is going to be a spectacular space, and I'll just let you in on a little secret. I'm going to be lecturing on board the ship on her maiden voyage, and it will be this venue where the guest lecturers will be speaking. It'll also be the venue for the after-dinner entertainment where the main production shows are hosted. The Royal Court Theatre on Queen Anne will have a completely unique feel and has been designed to look like the classic music halls of the 1930s. It'll have a beautiful curved ceiling space with rafters that come up and meet in the middle and a large stage. And a lot of work has gone into the mechanical elements of the stage, allowing for some really top-notch production shows to be hosted here. On our tour, we could actually see the stage being set on top of the floor plating that will keep it balanced during the show. It was fascinating to see behind the scenes on how this was being built and put together. Now, if we make our way again to the A stairway and down to Deck 1, we'll find the Mareel Spa Facility. Before getting to the spa itself, you'll walk past the gym facility, which is a large facility on the starboard side of the ship. Then you'll enter into the Mareel Wellness Facility, and you can see that there's a lot of thought that's gone into this space. There is a huge hydrotherapy pool in the center of this space, and it's surrounded by some amazing treatment areas. A very large sauna, a Himalayan salt sauna, a regular sauna, a space where you can walk over hot stones and have your feet sprayed with warm water, and experiential showers, as well as changing facilities and hot beds for you to lie on and take in the view of the spa. And now for something really exciting that I've been wanting to tell you for such a long time, and that is the name of the Grand Suites on board Queen Anne. One of the things that makes these suites so exciting is that they're named after famous waterways that are historically important to Cunard's heritage. And Rochelle Cross and I worked with Cunard to identify the names and research the history behind these 6 major waterways. They are the Mersey Suite, which is named after the River Mersey in Liverpool, Cunard's historic home, as well as the Solent, a body of water that the Cunard ships sail through on their way to and from Southampton, their current home port. These 2 suites are the Q1 suites on board. The Q2 suites are named the Clyde, after the River Clyde, where many of the greatest Cunarders of all time were built, as well as the Boston Suite, named after Boston Harbour, Cunard's first US port, the Halifax Suite, named after Halifax Harbour, where Sir Samuel Cunard was born and the first Canadian port for the Cunard line, and the Hudson Suite, named after the Hudson River in New York, the most significant waterway of Cunard's American operation. On the tour, we were able to see inside the Mersey suite, which is one of the Q1 suites on board. And what you're seeing now is how it looked in October 2023. There's a great room which will offer a huge amount of space for those lucky people to enjoy, with access out to a huge balcony that curves around the side of the ship. You'll also have separate entrance to the master bedroom, a separate guest bathroom, as well as a walk-in robe and a massive bathroom. And one of the features of the bathroom is that there will be a bath placed by a large window that allows you to look out and see the ocean sail past from the privacy of your own space inside this suite. There are only 2 Q1 suites on board Queen Anne and 4 Q2s, so they're bound to be very popular. Now the last stop on the tour is actually out of sequence, and that's because I thought we'd save something exciting till the very end. But when we were on deck 8, we were able to take guests to the bridge. And the bridge of the ship is the command center of Queen Anne, where the captain and officers will steer her safely around the world's oceans for decades to come. The bridge looked amazing in this particular configuration with its floor missing, but you could see the panels for the navigation equipment being installed, as well as the safety center. The bridge spans the full port to starboard side of the ship. I really had a fantastic time working with Cunard on this project. Everybody at the shipyard was so welcoming. The Cunard team are so passionate about this ship, and it was like stepping into a family and being welcomed with open arms as we showcased Queen Anne to those who came along with us. There's lots of great stories that have come out from this tour. I've linked some of them in the description below. Thanks once again for watching. If you're traveling on Queen Anne when she enters service next year, let me know in the comments, what are you looking forward to most? And until next time, I hope to see you on board.